94% of traders are panicking and will miss this bounce, but you will not if you act now. That is why 5% of meme traders make all the money, while 95% lose literally everything. Right now, as World War III FUD is shaking the market, Solana's tiniest microcaps are already bouncing hard, giving us the signal. We're seeing daily runners wake up while the rest of the timeline freezes in fear. Today I'm gonna break down 9 of the most explosive charts, all tiny market caps, already moving, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to position for maximum upside. This window won't stay open for long, and these plays are moving fast, and the best entries are happening right now, literally this very second. I can't even believe I'm sharing the last chart, as it truly could be the next 1000x. Absolutely no time to waste today. Press that like button right now, and we're gonna get into it now. Well, my friends, we are starting with none other than one of my favorites, one of the best coins in the market, one of our best trades last month, which is 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏. Here we are on Axiom. This is your 𝗘𝗫𝗧 entry. We had this previous resistance here. It also acted as resistance here all throughout the mid of May. But right here in the 25th of March, we had this candle close, very important. And this is where we had the bottom, right here. This is where we had the bottom formed. So this was the resistance point in the 25th of March I was talking about. Then we have this resistance here in the 13th of May. This point of contact also acted as tiny resistance in a couple of days in the middle of May. But right here is where you accumulate 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏 between 26.1 and 22.8. This is the best possible place to accumulate your 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏 bags. So limit orders on Axiom, drag them and put them just right in the middle where you have that bullish fair value gap. If you want a little bit higher, a little bit below, but between 22 and 26 is a good buy. So I think 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏 here is a good buy today. As of now, it's looking like it's at its pico bottom, and it looks like a great opportunity right now. Then on to the next, the bullish fair value gap for 𝗘𝗫𝗖. 𝗘𝗫𝗖, by the way, is one of the best looking charts in all of crypto. I'm glad we nailed it here at 2 million, and I gave you guys the perfect entry 2 weeks ago. But the bullish fair value gap, I think, is at 4.26 million market cap right here at the middle. So here's what I'm seeing when it comes to 𝗘𝗫𝗖, okay? And I recharted this so we have a better outlook of what's actually happening in 𝗘𝗫𝗖. We have this previous candle close resistance here. We have this trend line from this bottom, which has 2 points of contact. And remember, we usually see 1, 2, and we usually see a third one. And I think if we do have a third one, it's probably going to match with our bullish fair value gap right at the middle. We have this very important candle close resistance right here. I think this is the most important point. If you can grab the price close to 4.26 right here, this candle close resistance, you're buying a fair price when it comes to 𝗘𝗫𝗖, okay? Right at the middle, right at that bullish fair value gap. If you can grab it below here, if you can grab 𝗘𝗫𝗖 right here, even better, close to the trend line. That's even better. That's to me flashing a major buy signal. I still have a moon bag of 𝗘𝗫𝗖. I know a lot of people watching this show are also riding 𝗘𝗫𝗖, and if we actually break above this resistance, it's going to be so bullish because it means that we're going to go to 10 million market cap and we're going to see new all-time highs. If we break new all-time highs, I'm going to chart this with a trend line fib based extension just to let you guys know where my expectations when it comes to 𝗘𝗫𝗖 are. But right now I think it's still accumulation time, and you have this bullish fair value gap and you have one below. So just wait if you don't have any, limit orders, and then stack them here on Axiom. Link down below so you can join Axiom, and you can stack them anywhere from this bullish fair value gap at 4.27 below and close to this trend line. Just leave limit orders there on 𝗘𝗫𝗖. There's a good chance it might come back down here, tap it, and you can grab it at a fair price at a bullish fair value gap. Very bullish 𝗘𝗫𝗖. On to the next, we have Italian 𝗿𝗏. Italian 𝗿𝗏 had a major breakdown. I'm glad I wasn't buying this over there. Here's what I'm seeing. This is a good fair price at 4.41. This is the bullish fair value gap, but right now it's resistance. So if you can grab it below, say 3.5, 3.1, even close to 2 million again, I don't think it's going to retouch the bottom unless something horrible happens in Iran and Israel. But right now, I would just leave a limit order a little bit below, like 3.8, 3.5, etc. And I think below this line, this midline right here, it's a bullish fair value gap, and it's a good accumulation zone, good entry on your Italian 𝗿𝗏. That said, I think the major resistance is this previous support here. This is where we are going to encounter major resistance at 5.92. And what I would do is, if you can grab it here at 3.5, I would take some profits and just leave a moon bag to ride for a longer time horizon. But right now I wouldn't buy it here, to be completely honest. I wouldn't buy it here today. I would just wait for it to go a little bit lower. Then a very interesting chart is called Startup. I think this is ICM type meme coin making fun of ICMs. The bottom is here, right where we had this previous candle close here, this spike. So that's where we have our bottom. It got touched touched twice. Then we have this middle line, which is this previous candle close right here. This is, I think, a fair price for startup. And then we have this previous resistance here on the 29th of May, which then turned into also resistance right here in the 10th of June and right here in the 15th of June. And so is it a good buy here? I wouldn't say so. I would wait for the price to retrace from here back into this middle line and close to 5.6, 5.5. That's where I think you have a fair price, a bullish fair value gap when it comes to startup. Very close to this middle line. I think this is a fair price, a good price to buy startup. So I just wait for a little bit of a retrace from 8 million back here, and I would stack limit orders close to this line, a little bit above, a little bit below. If you're looking to trade startup, that's what I would do. Then we have 𝗃𝗏, my friends. 𝗃𝗏, I bought some 𝗃𝗏 again. 𝗃𝗏 was a little bit higher, and then it kind of broke down. I sold and I rebought, and I'm bullish 𝗃𝗏 again. I think 𝗃𝗏 is gonna surprise people. That's what I think. So I recharted 𝗃𝗏. Here's what I'm seeing. We have this uptrend coming from the 8th of May. 1 touch, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. Okay, we have 4 touches here on the line. So we know this is a good trend line. We know this is a trend line that has been touched 4 times, so it's resilient. So you know, there's a lot of people like me, like you, watching this chart, looking at it and thinking, you know, if it goes back to the line, I'm going to rebuy. I'm going to rebuy. So whales are accumulating this thing. And then we have also this other trend line here coming from the 18th of May that got touched 1 time, 2 times. I think the 3rd time we might see a breakout. And in my opinion, the breakout is going to come to this place. It's going to come to the 0.6 and the 0.5 fib line based trend extension. And this is where I'm looking to take profits. So essentially from here, we're looking at an average of 250%. So at 3.5x, that's where I'm looking to take profits. I do think 𝗃𝗏 is going to make new all-time highs, and it's going to come to like the 1.6 fib extension, which would put it at 100 million plus. That's where I'm looking to sell the rest of my bags. But as of now, I think it will be a good trade from here, from 16, 15, where I was buying, to 56 and 45, right here in the middle. I think 𝗃𝗏 can do this, come here, and then retrace, and then continue the trend. But I'm bullish 𝗃𝗏 right now, and I think it's a good buy. Still, of course, if things get worse in the Middle East, yeah, we can maybe touch the trend line again. But if we do, I'll just grab a little bit more 𝗃𝗏. Then we have 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥. 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥 is looking amazingly bullish. It was looking like it was kind of dead, to be completely honest, but it completely revived. And so anywhere between 25.1 and 18.45, okay, these 2 lines, these 2 white lines, is where you accumulate 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥. So you go on Axiom, link down below in the pinned comments and the description, drag your limit order right in the middle of this. That's where I think you accumulate 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥. I think this is the bullish fair value gap. I think this is right now the fair price. Fair price was a little bit below last week. It was right here in the middle, but now I think it's going to become right here in this middle. And I think 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥 has useless type potential, okay? And the same guys that are pushing useless are also pushing 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥, which is the bonk meta cat, and I think it's the only one. So this one should do well because it has like a big cabal behind it. So I'm still bullish 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥, and limit orders right here down the middle, and that's I think a fair price for it. 22 million, 21 million, maybe even 20 million. This is where you grab 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥, right here at the bullish fair value gap. And what's the price that I'm looking to sell it? 50 million market cap I think would be a good place, but honestly it depends on the strength. It depends on what happens with Bitcoin, which by the way, Bitcoin today is looking amazing, very bullish. And if you look at what's happening in the world, even more bullish. But 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗘𝗥 I think is a good buy. It's basically at the bullish fair value gap now. It was a few hours ago. It was also yesterday, and if you can grab it here, go on Axiom, limit orders, stack them there. Then we have this coin called CDB, okay, is in Coco. I think this one is very interesting. Not a lot of people are looking at this one. I think it's bullish. I think it's an interesting project. It's one of those launch lab coins. And if you can grab it right here, I think inside this white pocket here, I think anywhere here is probably a good buy. To be honest, if it goes a little bit below this trend line comes from a touch here of resistance in the 27th of May, another touch of resistance in the 31st of May. Then this trend line turned into support here a bunch throughout the beginning of June. I think it can come actually below. Anywhere below this line to me is a major buy on CDB. But right now I bought some and I'm looking to accumulate a little bit lower. I'm hoping it comes and touches a little bit below this blue line and then continues on its trend. Still very low, 2 million market cap. I think this one is looking bullish. Chart wise, it's looking very good. If it breaks this trend line here, this blue trend line, which is following from this bottom, and then it got touched a bunch here on the 7th, 6th of June. If it breaks below this, to me it's over. But right here, this is the worst case scenario when it comes to CDB. I would be buying some more here. I'm gonna leave like a 10% extra, 20% extra just to get a better average in case this thing goes down here in this bullish fair value gap at the bottom. But to me, this at the top is the accumulation zone. It's looking very bullish. Look at the explosion on the 9th. It held amazingly well throughout all of this Iran FUD. and I'm hoping it can continue with just a slight deeper pullback, but I already bought some. Then we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, okay? One of my oldest ones, we were entering this thing at like 150 to 100k. It went to 12 million market cap. So yeah, that's a lot of access right there. And I think it's a good buy today. Why do I think it's a good buy? Very simple. We had this wick down here, which marked the bottom before this entire move, this entire explosion. We had this major resistance here, also resistance here, also resistance here. So to me, this is the bottom line at 1.36. This is the greatest possible place to accumulate 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Then we have this week here. We have a ton of support all throughout 21st, 22nd of May. Support again in the 29th of May. Support line now turns into resistance a bunch all throughout 9th, 10th, 11th of June. Also resistance here in the 5th of June. And so this white line is a fair price, I think, for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. If it's below it, you accumulate. You accumulate. If it comes here again, you accumulate some more 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, because to me, this is where you buy this coin, close to this bullish fair value gap at the bottom. This is a fair price. As long as it's below the white line, I think it's a buy. If it's above the white line, then it's still a buy, because the white line will eventually turn into support, but you're not going to get as good of a price, because right here, you're still getting it below 2 million market cap. Above it, you're getting above 2 million market cap. It's a big difference. You can basically buy 2 times more coins, and you can make essentially twice the profit you would make. So be precise. You have to be precise. Stack limit orders below. Axiom linked on below. Stack those limit orders on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and I think it's going to be incredibly bullish. Then, my friends, to finalize, we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is the 1000x I was talking about. It's a buy. It's still a buy. We got a good average. I bought some at the bottom. I think my average is probably close to 35 million market cap. This is probably where my average buy is, which is right here. This is a fair price. The price is coming here. If you can get it below 35 again, stack it, grab a bunch, because 35.9 I think is the fair price for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And the bullish fair value gap, the best one is right between 35 and 28. So if you can grab 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 right there, you will probably get a 10x on the next leg. Remember, wave 1, wave 2, we're going to get a third wave. I'm going to take some profits, maybe at 200 million, maybe at 141 million. It depends on how bullish 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to look. It depends on how bullish the market's going to be, but I will keep updating you guys. Is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 a buy today? Yes, it's still a good buy. Anything below 43.5 is the best place to enter. Then, of course, let's be precise. Closer to the fair price at 35.9, better. Closer to 28, even better. This is the best possible bullish fair value gap, but it's still a good buy here today. It's still good to accumulate. Don't forget 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Anyways, Bitcoin looking good. Bitcoin basically went to 102. It just touched a little bit lower. Bitcoin is looking incredibly strong. Once the war FUD is over, we're going to see the bounce of a lifetime. Position early. Position early. Buy maximum fear. Maximum fear to me was like 2 days ago. Let's see what happens in the next 2 days. If we have more strikes, etc. But you should be buying. If there's like max fear, everyone's talking about World War III, etc. Buy. Because if there's World War III, you will have bigger things to worry other than these coins. Okay? So buy peak fear. Nothing ever happens, as 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗔𝗡𝗏 says. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow with more updates. There's so much things happening in the background. Possible deals we're going to make in the upcoming future. You have to stick with us. That's the reason why our group is being delayed. But trust me, stick with me. It will be worth the wait. We're going to catch all these moves, and I'm going to be here until the top. And I will give you the top, and I will say it's the top when it happens. Just like I was saying, when Trump launched the coin, it was the top. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye.